Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning and welcome, or good night if you're off to bed. My name's Nurse Richard, I'm known as the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me. There's 3 ears in this, and I know both patients, certainly the families of patients, are probably quite keen to get these on. I've had a few messages. If it's you that's asking about your other half, his is coming up after these 2 ears, and it was a good one, as you probably know. So this first one here, it was a really young lady. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mum. She might have been 4 or 5 year old, something like that. Been having terrible trouble in this ear here. The other one not so much, but this one definitely. Really struggling. And I think they travelled some distance to get to me because you have real trouble getting hold of someone to see children. Pretty much anywhere in the UK, to be honest, but especially around here. I think there's only me and maybe one other in the area I'm in that see them. At a couple of points here, I'm going to be quiet for once. I know I hear you all say, and then I'm very often, because I want you to hear the audio. It doesn't identify the young girl in question, but it was very cute when you can hear her voice in the background. I hope you don't mind, Mum. I'm pretty sure you won't. Have listened to this.
Yeah, it looks a bit unhappy. Yeah, drum's a bit pinky.
Pinky.
A bit pinky, yeah.
Pink.
There you go. Looks a little pinky. Pinky is what she said afterwards. What was even cuter was when we got this one out. Now, this probably it wasn't causing me too much trouble at all, to be honest, but while she was so good, and I mean she was so good, it was ridiculous how good and how still she was. More so than most grown-ups, to be honest with you. That I thought it's absolutely safe to get this. This is fine end tube. They're both done with the fine end tube. Always try that with children to reduce the noise. But I've listened to what she does. As I start in a bit, I'll tell you when I start to give this a bit of a jiggle. Needs a bit of a shake to get it out. She has the most infectious, cute little laugh. It was so sweet, and I caught it perfectly on the audio. So I think it's just coming up any minute now. Just have a listen to this.
I need to give it a jiggle to get it out. There we go.
Did you hear that? There's nothing quite like children's laughter, is there? It was so cute. And yeah, she noticed a big problem beforehand, a big difference. So I hope you enjoyed that, Mum. Thanks for giving me permission to share that, and thanks for coming all this way to see me. Hopefully you feel it was worth it. I'm certainly sure that the young lady in question did. And what a sweet young girl. But she robbed all my stickers. I forgot to say. I do have some spares, but most kids I give a sticker afterwards, either a star or a love heart, smiley face or what have you. Yeah, she robbed them all, along with the little brother. But yeah, I do have some spares somewhere, I think. But I didn't mind. She was worth a full sheet of stickers just because she made my day, because she was so good and she was so cute. Doesn't make me broody in the slightest. 3's enough, thank you. Let's stop at that. Anyway, this next one here, and I know the other half of this chap is extremely keen for me to get this on. And so here it is. Quite literally, here it is. It was chock-a-block, just in one ear. So maybe it was he was turning a deaf ear to his partner, I don't know, but you can't do that anymore. So you're going to have to start listening to her. Now, why it happens in just one ear? Various theories banded about, long and short, but I don't think we'll ever fully know. Some wonder whether it's the dominant side that you sleep on. Some has a slightly different shape than the other one, but nothing marked in here, so just don't know really. Now it was some tools that got this out in the end. It was the metal curette, the metal Jobson horn that got this out. But I didn't go for it straight away. Mostly because it's always a good idea to start with the suction first. It is a lot easier to use than a lot of the tools, and slightly less risks involved in it. But I just can't see any gaps around the side of this. It's just completely chock full, and it's quite close to the outside of the ear as well. So it's kind of being squashed in around those bends there. So it's quite tricky to get tools in there. I didn't think it was firm enough to get a hook embedded in it, or a rosin inserter, but I'm kind of using the suction tube as a curette. As you can see what I'm doing there, I'm reattaching at the top and trying to like drag it down. So it's the same theory, even though it's not a manual tool, you can still use it in the same way. But what I wanted to do was bring it further forward, and once you've brought it further forward, you've got a better chance of getting the tool in, usually over the top of it, which is what finally managed to work. Yeah, it's jet black this, isn't it? I'm surprised you could hear anything at all through this. In fact, I don't think you could hear much at all. So I'm just nipping that over the top. I'm not quite sure how far back it goes, so I don't want to poke the tool in too far. It does kind of like smear it, make a bit of a groove down there, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to dig it in and pull it forwards. And it is coming forwards, but when it's a bit like a bit sticky like this, then what can tend to happen is you can just like smear it along the base of the ear canal, which kind of happened there. So what I'm going to do is, it's a double-ended tool. This it's kind of got like a pick on the end of it, not quite as sharp as a cawthorn hook, so it's kind of safer. And I'm going to try and dig that into it, and again bring it further forward. And the intention of bringing it further forward is so again I can rotate the tool around and get the Jobson horn on, so there's more of a gap to get over the top of it and get behind it. Still not much of a gap. Trying to have to force it open there and nip that over the top, and you can start to see some clear air in the distance there, can't you? So let's just scoop this forward. It was a big chunk. I slowed it down when it came out this because it came out a bit quick. So I've slowed it down for you to half speed so you can see it when it all comes out in all its glory. And there was a couple of specks deep down in the ear canal after we removed this. Am I going to go fishing in for them? Absolutely not. There is no clinical reason to do that at all. Now this big chunk has gone, and it is a big chunk. Have a look at this. There it is in all its glory. He's got no excuses for not listening to you now, if you're watching, which I know you will be. And yeah, a few little spots left behind in the ear canal, and I explained to him at the time, there's risks involved in putting sharp little tools all the way down there in the bony part of the ear. What are the risks of getting that? You could jab him, cause an infection, cause pain, discomfort. What's the benefit of getting those out? Pretty much zero. Absolutely no benefit whatsoever. So we just leave that. What will happen is epithelial migration can now start again, which is the process of the ear naturally cleaning itself. But when you had that big blob in there, that wasn't happening. But now that can start happening again, so that will naturally expel itself anyway. But I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.